What's up, movie minions? If you haven't heard the chatter around online, there's a trailer out there. The trailer for Hellboy the Crooked Man was released. It was a bit difficult to find at first, although I think it's a little bit more readily available now. It was on Twitter originally, and everybody was trying to find it. This will be the fourth Hellboy film, and yes, this is real. It will also be the third actor to portray Big Red. I watched the trailer, so I'm going to give you my thoughts, but first, a little background. Now, Hellboy debuted in comics back in 1993, and in my opinion, the Guillermo del Toro live-action film starring Ron Perlman as Hellboy, these were great movies. In 2019, they announced a soft reboot with David Harbour taking over the role. And while I thought the casting was really good, and he looked really good, that movie was almost unwatchable for me, and it tanked in the box office. It was announced back in 2023 that Millennium Media would be attempting to reboot the franchise once again, this time with Jack Kesy playing Hellboy. Now, Kesy was in 12 Strong, Deadpool 2, and the 2017 Baywatch film. First, let me say this. Kesy's makeup looks decent, and I'm okay with him in the role overall. Now let's talk about that trailer. If you've watched it, this just looks like a straight-up horror film, and nothing about it, for me, suggests a Hellboy story aside from Hellboy being in it. It looks creepy enough, sure, but it really just didn't have the Hellboy vibe, the feel, in the trailer. The plot takes place in the 1950s in rural Appalachia, where Hellboy is placed with a rookie from the Bureau of Paranormal Research and Defense. They are going to face off against a band of witches led by the Crooked Man, who has some connection to Big Red's past. Now, you guys know me at this point. I try and hold off, any opinions until I've seen the movie. And it isn't that I think this looks bad. It just looks like a bad Hellboy entry, if that makes sense. There is zero levity or sarcasm in this trailer. A lot of people are saying it looks kind of low budget. A lot of comments are suggesting that it looks like a fan-made trailer. And I see that, but I kind of see where they're going with the filming style. The thing is, we get no hint of that Hellboy sarcasm or sense of humor, the kind of thing he injects in to kind of, we'll say, to fight the horror, to fight all the bad stuff that's going. He always had that kind of sarcastic bend to him. It's filled with dark, bleak, washed-out images. There's blood, death, snakes, and looks like a horror movie. Just looks like a horror movie. So the trailer, for me, wasn't too promising, but we shall wait and see. I will watch this, of course. It's weird to me because Perlman and Del Toro both wanted to make Hellboy 3, but the studio pushed back on financing and also a little bit on their overall support, so the movie was shelved. The first film didn't blow anyone away, but as far as financial success, it was one. It was profitable, and the DVD sales did actually really good. Hellboy 2 turned quite a bit of a profit for Universal and had an even higher audience and critic rating than the first film. When Summit and Millennial took over, they started working on a third film, but they didn't offer Del Toro the writer's seat or the director's seat, and so Ron Perlman was like, well, if you're not bringing Del Toro, then I'm out as well. After that, it was just misstep after misstep. I mean, aside from David Harbour, who, again, I thought was good, decent casting, everything else was just a mess. That new film only earned $5 million at the box office and had very low audience and critic scores. You would think they would learn from that, but honestly, I don't know. We're going to see where this one goes. I will say that there are those who disagree with me on this. A lot of people out there are saying it looks more comic accurate to them. And, of course, I welcome everyone to make their own decision by watching the trailer and watching the movie. We can't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes, I think something's going to be bad, and I'm pleasantly surprised. So I'm going to hold out hope for this. Hellboy the Crooked Man is set to release this fall, so it's coming. And again, you can go out and watch the trailer now. Well, there you have it, Movie Minions. Thanks again for joining me here on The Movie Mix. I, of course, am Jason Emmett. I appreciate every one of you. If you could do me the favor, go down there, leave a comment, like, and share this. And, of course, subscribe for all this wonderful, juicy goodness we give you. And until next time, go watch Hellboy 2, man, The Golden Army. It's a great movie. It's awesome. And stay awesome.